Why does your dog choose to curl up right beside you the moment the lights go down? And what does that choice actually reveal about your life? Especially once you've crossed the milestone of 60. You might think it's just about comfort, or maybe just a habit they picked up as a puppy. But it's not entirely that simple. The deeper motive runs far beneath the obvious. It is a truth that most people completely overlook. To your dog, your bed isn't merely a mattress with a quilt on it. It becomes a safe perimeter, a field of trust, and a place of quiet attunement that changes as you both age. What unfolds in the dark, in the quiet hours of the night, can recalibrate your bond more than you ever expect. So let's turn down the lights and look at what is really happening in the heart of your dog when they close their eyes next to you. Let's begin with the first realization, which is that your dog isn't just doing it for you. You probably think your dog sleeps beside you purely because they love you, and while that is sweet, it is only half the truth. Dogs are creatures of profound instinct. Choosing where and with whom to sleep is one of the most critical decisions a pack animal makes. It's not just warmth, and it's not just cuddles. It is about safety and belonging. To your dog, your bed isn't just soft, it is secure. They choose sleep spots that feel safe, predictable, and calm. And here's where your age plays a massive role. If you are over 60, your life likely has a different rhythm than it did when you were 30. You have a slower pace. You have a steadier routine. You offer a quiet energy with fewer surprises. To a dog, this consistency is like a magnet. They crave the familiar rhythm of your evening, the way you lock the doors, the way you read before bed, the time you turn off the lamp. So when your dog lies beside you, it's not a random act of love. It is a conscious choice to align themselves with the most stable thing in their world, you. You are their anchor. But here is the twist. Most owners never see, as much as your dog benefits from sleeping with you. We need to look at what they are telling you with their breath. This brings us to the second point, the silent message they send every night. Have you ever noticed your dog letting out a long, heavy sigh, or breathing heavily right after they circle and settle down beside you? Why do they do that? It's not random noise. It is sophisticated communication. Dogs release tension through breath and soft sounds. When they let out that deep, shuddering sigh, they are physically blowing off the steam of the day. They are calming themselves and syncing their internal rhythm with yours. But listen closer. That sigh says, "I am safe here." It is the sound of a nervous system switching from alert mode to rest mode. Even how they lie matters. The curl of the body, the space they leave between you, the angle of their head, it is all carefully chosen. Not too close to overheat, not too far to lose contact. Just enough to stay connected, but still aware. If they sleep in the exact same spot night after night, maybe behind your knees or pressed against your back, that isn't just a habit. That is a ritual. It is how they keep the bond strong without saying a single word. They are building a physical bridge to you, ensuring that even in their sleep, they know exactly where you are. And speaking of where they are, the specific position they choose tells you everything about the hierarchy of your heart. This is our third point. Where your dog sleeps on the bed is never random. It is a map of their emotions. If they lie with their head resting on your chest or stomach, that is not just about seeking warmth. It is emotional trust. They are seeking the vibration of your voice, and the rhythm of your heartbeat. It is the most intimate connection they can make. However, if they curl up by your legs or sleep at the foot of the bed, facing the door, that is loyalty at a distance. They are close enough to be with you, but they have positioned themselves to guard the entrance. They are on duty, and if they rest their head on your pillow right next to your face, that isn't just cute. That is deep respect and equality. In wild dog packs, the most trusted members sleep nearest to the leader's head. It shows they view you as a partner. But the real signal, the one that melts hearts, is when they rest back to back with you, when they press their spine against yours facing away from you. This means they have no exit path and no watchful eyes on you. That is complete surrender. It is their quiet way of saying, I trust you to watch my back while I watch yours. But there is a flip side to this closeness, and it leads us to a crucial realization about your environment. Are you making sleep harder for your dog without realizing it? You might think your bedroom is their paradise, but small details can stress them more than you imagine. We often forget that dogs have sensory processing that is vastly different from ours. The flickering blue light of a TV left on the hiss of an air freshener, or even your constant tossing and turning, can disrupt their rest. Dogs might choose to sleep with you, but they don't love being startled every 15 minutes. And this is important. As they age, just like us, their stress threshold drops. They become grumpier about interruptions. Every disruption affects their rest, and a tired dog is an anxious dog. It affects their appetite, their mood, and even their trust in you. If you are over 60, chances are you might be a lighter sleeper too. You might wake up more often or have aches and pains that make you restless. You and your dog can end up feeding off each other's restlessness in a loop. Here is how you fix it to honor both of you. Keep the room dark, cool, and scent-free. Turn screens off early. And if your dog has a favorite sleeping spot on the bed, try not to kick them out of it in the middle of the night. That is their ritual zone. When you respect their space on the mattress, you protect their peace, and in turn, they settle faster, helping you sleep better. However, sometimes closeness isn't about love. It's a red flag. This is point number 5. If your dog suddenly sleeps too close, I'm talking about pressing against you, hard refusing to leave your side, or panting while lying next to you. It might not be affection. It might be a warning. When dogs feel pain, fear, or a sudden spike in anxiety, they cling to their humans for reassurance. They stay near because something inside feels wrong. This is especially true for senior dogs. It could be the onset of arthritis, making them feel vulnerable, a drop in their hearing, or vision, making the dark scary, or an internal illness they can't vocalize. If the closeness is new, intense, or restless, that is not bonding. That is coping. You need to become a detective. Look for other clues. Are they eating less? Are they whining? Do they only move when you move? Authentic affection feels calm and heavy. Anxiety feels tight and frantic. If you sense something is off in the quiet of the night, don't ignore it. Because sometimes, in the silence, your dog is trying to say, I'm not okay. And this is the only way I know how to tell you. Now let's talk about something that science has recently illuminated, which is particularly vital for those of us getting older. This is our 6th point, the biological mirroring effect. There is a health exchange happening in that bed that you can't see. Research has shown that when an owner and a dog sleep near each other, their biological rhythms actually synchronize. But for people over 60, this is a game changer. When your dog sleeps against you, the rhythmic sound of their breathing and the tactile warmth of their fur stimulates the release of oxytocin in your brain. This isn't just a feel-good chemical. It is a powerful hormone that lowers blood pressure and reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. Basically, your dog is a living, breathing beta blocker, but it works both ways. Your presence lowers their heart rate too. It is a mutual healing session. For seniors who might deal with loneliness or the quiet of an empty house, this biological syncing is vital. It combats the physical effects of isolation. Your dog isn't just a bed warmer. They are a physiological anchor keeping your heart healthy. They are literally helping you live longer just by lying there. So if you ever feel guilty about letting them on the furniture, remember that it's not just indulgence. It is a health strategy for both of you. This leads us to a more spiritual aspect of the relationship, a phenomenon I like to call the twilight frequency. This is number 7. As we age, our energy levels shift. We move away from the frantic hustle of our 30s and 40s and enter a period of more observation and reflection. Surprisingly, older dogs enter the same frequency. There is a unique, profound understanding between a senior human and a senior dog, or even a mature dog, that doesn't exist with a puppy. When they sleep with you, they are tuning into this twilight frequency. They understand your aches and pains because they have them too. They understand the need for quiet because they crave it too. There is a silent empathy in the way they move carefully around you on the bed, trying not to disturb you. They aren't jumping on your head like a puppy. They are settling with care. This shared vulnerability creates a bond that is ironclad. It is a silent agreement that says, I know you are fragile, and you know I am fragile, so we will be strong for each other. It is a beautiful, tender dynamic that only comes with time and age. But before they settle into that deep empathy, there is a specific moment you need to watch for. Number 8 is the unspoken promise before sleep. It's not the sleep itself that matters most. It's the quiet moment right before. Watch your dog tonight. Watch them take one last look at you. Circle the blanket 3 times, let out that sigh, and finally drop their weight. To most people, it looks ordinary. But to them, it is a closing ceremony for the day. It is a silent promise that says, I will be here when you wake up. They are memorizing your breathing pattern, your scent, and the safety of the room. That moment, just before their eyes close, is when their heart fully syncs with yours. Because dogs don't end their day when the lights go out. They end it when they feel your peace. That is how love sounds in silence. Every night, that tiny ritual tells them that despite the chaos of the world outside, the world inside this room is safe again. And once they are asleep, the dynamic shifts again. Number 9 is the night they guard your dreams. Their brain stays awake, tuned specifically to you. They are tuned to the sound of your distress. If you have a nightmare and your breathing changes, or if you wake up coughing, watch how fast they respond. Their head pops up. They are instantly alert. It is instinct, yes, but it is also devotion. They are not just sleeping with you. They are sleeping for you. Every ear twitch, every shift of their paw is them checking the perimeter. They are the quiet guardians of your vulnerability. Long before alarm clocks and security systems, dogs have been the sentries of our sleep. They protect without armor, love without words, and stay through every dark hour until you rise again. To them, that is love. Not loud, not grand, just steady. It is a loyalty that doesn't clock out when the sun goes down. And finally, we come to the morning, which completes the circle. This is number 10, the morning resurrection. The way your dog wakes up next to you is just as important as how they fell asleep. For someone, over 60 mornings can sometimes be hard. Maybe the joints are stiff. Maybe the house feels too quiet. But then you feel that wet nose. You see that tail thump against the mattress. To your dog, you waking up is the best thing that has happened all day. It is a mini celebration. They stretch. They yawn. They look at you with those bright, expectant eyes that say, "We made it. Another day is here. What are we going to do?" This morning, ritual validates your existence. It gives you immediate purpose. You have to get up because they need you. And in return, they give you the gift of pure, unfiltered joy before you've even had your coffee. That morning connection, born from the safety of the night, sets the tone for everything else. It reminds you that you are needed, you are loved, and you are never alone. So the next time your dog curls up beside you, I want you to remember that it is not just sleep. It is trust made visible. It is a health regimen, a spiritual bond, and a silent conversation. Every sigh, every twitch, every breath they take near you says, "I'm safe. You're home." And maybe that is why this ritual feels so sacred once we get older. It's not about the warmth or the space on the bed you lose. It's about being seen without words and loved without conditions. Because to your dog, every night beside you isn't just rest. It is gratitude. It is loyalty. It is forever. I want to ask you something personal to honor this bond. Think about the dog that sleeps beside you tonight. What is their name? Go down to the comments section right now and type their name. Let's fill the comments with the names of these loyal guardians who watch over us while we dream. It's a small way to say thank you to them. And if these quiet moments mean as much to you as they do to your dog, take a second to like this video and share it with someone else who sleeps beside their best friend. Subscribe for more stories that remind us how love doesn't need language, just presence. Good night, and give them an extra pat from us.